1, 2, 3, 4.
I'm Kyle Litch. This is my brother Tashi. We live on Orcas Island in Washington State. It's about 80 miles north of Seattle, but a whole different world from anything on the mainland. Orcas is definitely not a place you wind up by accident. The only ways to get out here are by boat or small plane. We even take a ferry to school every day. Every summer, tons of people come to visit the island. They come here to hike and kayak and fish and sail and enjoy the perfect weather. We have one small town called East Sound with cool little shops and a Saturday farmers market that's a lot of fun. As for the locals, the island attracts a lot of what most people would call characters, but we just think of them as neighbors. Two things Orcas folks love are potlucks and parades. Orcas is famous for its evergreen forests that grow right down to the sea along rocky coasts, but we live inland about a mile from the water in a place called Crow Valley. Some of the farm chores are pretty easy. I don't mind picking the berries. And Tashi really likes taking care of the animals. As for how we ended up on a farm in the middle of a little island at the far edge of the Pacific Northwest, you'd have to ask my mom and dad.
We came to Orcas looking for a place to raise the kids.
For me, I was less touched when my first visit to Orcas by the landscape and then by the community.
We just wanted to come and raise the kids somewhere where they could run wild, be free, have time, grow up as kids.
Life here is slow enough that you can contemplate what's happening around you and begin to appreciate the things that and many other lifestyles we just take for granted and we just miss. Spending times with friends, creating your own food, your own dinner, your own music is something you have to do in a place like this, and that is a real positive.
I've been surprised right from the beginning by the amount of musical talent and music that happens on Orcas. And you think, oh, it's a small island, the quality of the music's probably, community level music. No, there's some really talented people here.
You need to ask Bob if you want your headset ready, go.
I think from a young age, the kids understood that these sessions were special. It really duplicates a family gathering. It was like the aunts and uncles and the cousins were over.
I'm trying to think about when I met the boys, and it doesn't really matter. They were just really small, and they had recently moved to the island. And we started playing over at Rachel and Jim's house.
Clearly, I mean, at first they were being drug a bit into the music, because the kids were off playing and they're wanting to do that, but they're drug into this adult thing of playing these tunes. But I think they got the fun of it and doing something together, the two of them, and so watching them just kind of really get hold of that and take it and own it and become part of it has really been fun to watch.
So you might think it would be hard to find instructors on the island to play, but again, because there's so many wonderful musicians here willing to share their skills, it's been relatively easy. So we only have to walk down the field to Gordon and Anita, so they're our neighbors. They played with this wonderful band called the Olga Symphony, and then and now with a band of their own called JP and the OK Rhythm Boys. And
Tashi A,
Oh, it's wonderfully gratifying. I mean, to see them hold their own, to stand on their own 2 feet and play a sophisticated, complicated tune, play it accurately, very well, play it perfectly, really. Whether I taught them that tune or not doesn't matter. Just to see them mature as musicians is really satisfying. It makes all that time spent with them worthwhile. It's like, I don't have kids. I never had kids, but it's almost like having kids.
Rob Eagle used to own this famous guitar emporium in Seattle, and he's retired up here, so our good fortune is that we got to know Rob, and when we were looking for a guitar teacher for Kai, Rob was like, no, I don't teach anyone here, but sure, I'll give Kai a few lessons. Yeah, it's Rob who taught Kai to bend notes, to start finger picking, and
And when they were away one time, I said, if you ever come home and the boys aren't here, don't worry. They're with me. We're touring in Europe. We'll send you a check.
How about, let's take Hannah number 1.
Okay.
Martin Lund is this wonderful musician. He plays piano, saxophone, flute, clarinet. He's lived and worked in Los Angeles. He's played with some of the best blues and jazz players in the world, and retired here on the island and teaches.
So we start there and we learn how to play simple songs, and we graduate from those simple songs and we get a little bit more complex. Then pretty soon we're starting in on Bach and Mozart, Beethoven. And then it gets exciting. The fact that parents take more time with their children on this island. They just have more time. There's less TV watching. I don't think these guys watch much TV, and good for them.
With all this help from our amazing teachers and generous friends and family, the Irish sessions, the wassails at Z's, the house parties and backyard music jams, Tasha and I went from busking at the farmer's market to playing potlucks for free dinners to actually getting paid to perform at concerts and big events. These days we play all over the island, and I mean all over. One day we're doing a big concert at the Orcas Center, and the next day we're jamming in the aisles of the hardware store.
I think the community is always proud to see children thrive. I think this community is amazing that way, and the amount of volunteering and mentoring and support that kids get, and if they show talent, it's incredibly supportive, which is why so many of our kids do really well, I think, on this island.
It's a place where the whole island raises your children, and you raise all the children on the island. So the boys got back from a week at camp just a couple of hours ago, and it's 8 o'clock, and they're playing at the Dobe Festival tomorrow.
They're representing Orcas to the bigger world, and they're going to have to step up to that, and it's going to be fun to see them in the deep end of the pool.
So the song we worked up to play at Dobe, we've never played before. We just worked this set up, I guess yesterday or the day before.
2 days ago, yeah.
So yeah, it's very new. So yeah, we're practicing it, trying to get it up to speed.
Yeah, it's kind of something we haven't really done before, because like usually just play one tune and then just like end it. This time we're trying to like put 3 different ideas together to make this like set. 2 was in the spring. Remember, you'd be like, yeah. 2. On.
We can try that. My worry just on the second tune is when you drop out with your chords, it sounds kind of
Okay, then you can just take the whole. I don't need the second solo then. You just have to. When you do that like. I'll just drop out more.
Okay, let's try that again.
Let's start again. Dobe Fest. Yeah, this was definitely not our regular crowd of laid-back Orcas Island locals. Most people at the festival came up from Seattle, while it looked like some others came from a galaxy far, far away. Or maybe Canada.
Thank you. So yeah, we're Brograph from right here on Orcas Island. It's one of our favorite tunes. It's Cherokee Shuffle.
The definition of an island is a piece of land surrounded by water. For me and Tashi, growing up on Orcas Island will always mean being surrounded by a community of caring people who've helped us every step of the way. And lots of great music.